My name is Carolyn, and I talk to the spirit world. Travel with me to a dimension filled with love, light, and joyful surprises. Welcome to Carolyn's Psychic Playroom. Hi, everybody. Carolyn Wilkins here, and welcome to my playroom. I'm so excited. This month we have my Valentine's Day edition. And for Valentine's Day, I know it's tomorrow, but we're kind of jump starting a little bit our celebration. For Valentine's Day, I brought my beloved soulmate and husband, John Voigt, to come and join me here on the Playroom. And as usual, with the program, I interview people and I ask them about their work and their spiritual practice and the things they do. And John, in addition to being an amazing musician, writer, and just all around fabulous human, is also a Qigong master. And so I asked him today if he would talk to us a little bit about what he does with the Qigong. First of all, what is it?
Qigong, simply defined, is Chinese life energy work. But in reality, it's defined by its practice, which can include martial arts, healing, Taoist spiritual practices, both internally and externally.
So tell me this, because I know for a lot of people, maybe they think of Qigong and it's kind of like Chinese yoga a little bit, but it's using that same of the breath and moving energy. Would that be a kind of rough way to approach it?
Well, that's good. You've been watching me in the living room work out every morning. There's bunches of ways to describe it, but breath work is one of them. And
so tell me this.
Yeah.
With the Qigong, I know that you as a creative person also do a lot of creative things. You write, you play music, and so forth. So tell me a little bit about the Qigong in terms of helping you to be creative. I know that a lot of people who watch this show are creatives in their own right. So tell me a little bit about how you do your Qigong and some of the particular practices that you do. And you can kind of look this way and share.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having a little conversation
right.
here.
Trying to look at our audience.
Hey.
Hello, audience out there somewhere. Okay, one of the ways I teach is to show people the wrong way to do things, because it opens you up to what's happening. And so much of Qigong and the way it's done, the way I think it's done, and my masters teach it, you experience it, you feel it. It's not an academic subject. Taoist beliefs are not things that are only you believe it and you're a Taoist. No, you put it into practice. The Chinese are a very practical people. So, is art what you learn? Is music what you learn in a textbook? I'm not dissing that. Textbooks, learning about it, it's all very good. But when you come down to the nitty-gritty, you do it. You experience it. So, art, okay. I worked at a music school for quite a few years. I remember the students coming and doing their finals as concerts. And the poor little puppies, they look so scared. They look like that, and they play the saxophone. And they look like that. They wouldn't move their head. They look like that. And the key is, now, go to a Rolling Stones concert, back then or now. Yeah, you, wow, woo. You get the audience, you want a Qigong? Yeah, here it is. In the rock concerts, when you're clapping back and forth, That's moving chi. That's moving chi. So what I want you all to do out there, start clapping your hands. Okay, now, as you clap your hands, feel you're squeezing air. Ah, good, honey. You can bend back and forth. That's okay. Feel you're squeezing air. Okay, stop and do this. Feel your palms. You feel the vibration?
Yeah, it feels nice and tingly.
They're tingly.
Yeah,
Chi is life force. This is life force.
nice.
It's bioelectric energy. It's the blood streaming through your flesh. You feel that? That's what you want to get when you play an instrument. That's what you want to feel when you're singing. You want to feel that. You want to feel alive. Watching an Aretha Franklin concert. Oh, whoa, that's all power, power. So again, the wrong way to do it, but if you want to do it this way, it's okay with me. I'm singing my song. I'm innately goofy, as Carolyn will tell you. So that's one of the experiences of chi in art. For writing, so much of chi deals with your physical body. That's part of it. Qigong works with body and breath energy. You breathe all of the oxidation, all of the power in you, and your mind, not what you're thinking, but what you're aware of. And you open that up to the stars, to whatever you like up there, your constellation, your an Aquarius, picture Aquarius, however you want to do it, but connect outside of the word stream that's going beep, 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 beep in your mind all the time. So you connect to that, and then connect that same way. Feel the innate force, the energy of what you want to write about. If it's a subject, if it's politics, if it's a poem, and then let the force take you over. And well, this is advanced, but it's what try it. Have fun with it. You let the force take you over. You let that image of what you want to do. You go into its energy. You don't go into, maybe I try to figure it out. No. Go into it. What are the tricks I use as a musician? Is I picture one of my favorite bass players, and if I'm playing, I become him. I imagine that I'm him or her, and I play.
So would you say that that's kind of like a visualization, a form of visualization a little bit?
Visualization, well, sort of, but not really, because visualization is external. Here, the thing is you bring it in and you forget about the image and you become the energy itself. Now, that's advanced. So you can work it with visualization. But please, 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 people out there, it's simply, it's what you feel. It's what you feel.
There you go. That's always the way. It's about what you feel. And now you're going to show an example of that very quickly. And
Okay, so I showed you the thing of moving your hands together and feeling the heat, feeling the energy, feeling the force. You want people, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, you want people to love you, you want your boss to like you, you want your friends and co-workers to get along with you. Here's the secret. When you smile, especially inside your cheeks, it moves the chi. So I want everybody out there just to smile internally. Internal smile. I'll do it. Move my head so I'm even.
okay.
All right.
And
The Mona Lisa. Carolyn saw the painting in the Louvre. I haven't. That painting is probably worth $1 billion. It's the biggest painting in the world. If you actually look at it, it ain't that good. It's real small. I hope you can see it. Yeah, well, look at, if you can't, the Mona Lisa smile, the way she smiles, that enigmatic smile.
yeah, that's nice.
You do it. Do it out there right now. It's just try not to be too goofy with it, because your friends and your loved ones will go, what are you doing? Why are you looking like that? But, right? So you don't have the mustache, honey. You do the smile. You're good with it. Now she's.
All right.
That's
We've
it.
smiled,
So a soft
so a
inner smile,
is
and
good.
feel it move the energy inside you.
That's
Okay.
right. Thank you, John.
Thank you, honey.
John will be back, but meanwhile, I'm going to go on to another part of the show, which is that I've had several people to write in and ask questions that they would like a psychic reading about. So I'm going to begin. And John, if you want to give little
Okay.
quick additions of just, John is very intuitive. He would never say that he's psychic, but he has a thing. He just doesn't want to talk about it.
Sometimes I get it right.
Yeah, he's been known to get it right. But anyway, the first question comes from CW, and CW has asked for a general reading. So since the time is quick, I'm just going to pull one card from my trusty Akashic Records tarot deck, and I'm going to ask the cards what CW needs to be aware of right now. What is the most salient thing right now going on in her life that she needs to be aware of? And in order to do that, I'm going to shuffle the cards a little bit right here. I hope you can see, and just give them a little quick shuffle. And as I shuffle, I'm asking the cards, and thereby, of course, opening my intuitive channels to asking, what does CW most need to know right now about what's going on? What is the most important thing that she needs to be aware of? And now I'm just going to kind of slosh the cards around. John, would you be so kind to pick a card?
Sure.
All right, just pick a card, hold it up, and this card is commitment. All right, commitment. So CW, what this says to me is that there's something that you're currently struggling with, and I don't think it's a relationship. I feel that this has to do with a spiritual situation or a work situation in which you're not completely sure that it's what you want to do. You're a little bit on the fence. You kind of do, but you kind of don't. And you're kind of not completely jumping in with both feet. I don't know if it's a new music project. I know you're a musician. I don't know if it's a spiritual project. I don't know for sure, but I do feel there's something that you've been feeling called about, but now you've been having trouble finding the time, finding the energy, really committing yourself to doing it. And in order to be successful with this next project and next phase of your life, you're going to have to really be steely in your commitment and make up your mind that this is what you want to do. Any thoughts on that, John, very quickly?
No.
No. That means I'm right, right? So that is my thought, CW. Make up your mind, and once you make up your mind, go for it. All right. The next question comes from DG, and DG is asking, what is the next step in business? All right. It's a business question. DG is asking about, she wants to know what is the next step in business and what kind of spiritual guidance can she receive. So once again, I shuffle the cards, maybe tap them a little to knock out the last question, shuffle them a little bit, and what does DG need to know about her business? What is the next step? What is the thing that Spirit most wants her to know? I'm going to spread the cards around. I'm going to ask John to be so kind as to pull a card. And just, what does DG need to know? All right. And this one is the bird's nest. Okay? So, the bird's nest. First of all, there's a mama bird, and she's feeding her little chickadees. So what this says to me, first of all, your question, I know, was about the career thing, but I'm wondering if there's something going on at home or with your children that may also need your attention, because I do feel that things are crying, "Mah, mah, mah, feed me," in terms of your attention. I also feel that There must be a very maternal quality about you to call forth this card, and that whatever you do in your business work is also going to be involved with serving people in a very nurturing way. But I feel, for some reason, I feel this card more pertains to family, even though your question was business. That's just my particular insight. You'll have to tell me what you think later. John, any thoughts
Yeah,
about this?
that's good. And I'm always impressed with Carolyn's readings. But also, I got is this person a musician?
I don't know.
No. I got the feeling that they, as the mother bird feeding the baby birds, for them to be concerned about the logistics of how they're building what they're building with their business, and not to it's good, it'll work, but you have to go step by step and never overextend yourself with intensive vigor and extensive emotions. You want to, the Chinese, one step at a time, one step at a time. Look at it now. Everything we get gets imported from China.
Okay, good, thank you. So
One step at a time.
by step, and I do feel, take a look into your family situation and your children if you have them. If you don't have them, you have people who are like children who are crying for attention. And this is something that will have to be addressed before you're able to move forward into your next step business-wise. That's my thought. All right, I hope that's helpful, DG. We're moving on to KH. And KH, and this is like the kind of perfect Valentine's Day question. KH wants to know, will I meet someone special during my trip next week? So we're going to ask the cards, what does KH need to know about her trip? And I always reframe the question to allow spirit to move in the cards and to allow intuition to move. Sometimes we think we know the question we want to ask, but in fact, spirit has other plans for us altogether. So KH, here we go. I'm going to spread out the cards. What does KH need to know about her upcoming trip? Will she meet someone special? Pull a card, John. Okay. Ha! The Queen of Forces. This is an awesome card. So I'm hoping that you can see it. The Queen of Forces, this is a woman. She's a queen. She's got a crown on her head. She has the sun on her right hand and the moon on her left hand. She's standing in the water. She has the mountain behind her. And what this says to me, KH, is that you are now at a place in your life where you have all the resources you need to call to you what you want. So if you want to meet someone, you now have the ability to make yourself magnetic and to call upon your spiritual resources, which include the earth, the sky, your meditation practice, your mantra practice, whatever kind of spiritual work you do. Call on the forces at your disposal and know that you have resources available to you to make you magnetic, to pull to you that person. Will you meet them next week on the trip? It's entirely possible. I can't promise, but I do know that you have now a magnetism and a power. If they don't show up next week, they're going to show up soon. Know who you are. Stand strong in your beauty because you are the Queen of Forces. Any comments?
That's where I was going to start. You are the Queen of Forces. Force, that's life energy, that's spiritual energy. You are a goddess of this force. Small g, so you don't get scared. A small g. And start with feeling visualize, Carolyn, visualize yourself. Take a look at what the card looks like on the internet. Queen of Forces, you are that. And the voice came to me when Carolyn was doing the reading. You're going to meet more than one special person on this trip.
Yeah.
But
'Cause she's
start with,
magnetic.
she's magnetic. We
Yep.
know that. But she'll grow more focused with her magnetism to be able to have it work if she starts within herself, within her own soul or spirit, whatever you want to call it, and see herself as that, and then put on a Mona Lisa smile and look
There
out,
you
girl.
go. That's it.
You got it.
Your enigmatic smile is gonna do you wonders.
I got her. It worked.
Yeah, no, nice. So, another kind of love and romance question coming in from JK, and JK is asking, what is going on with my relationship? Does this man really want to be with me? There was a longer question, but just to kind of cut to the chase of it, he's been a little ambivalent. It's not clear. And meanwhile, JK is kind of in a holding pattern, not knowing for sure what to do. And it's been a very painful situation, actually. So let's ask the cards, what do the cards say about this relationship? What does JK need to know about this relationship right now? And I always ask right now, so just know that the answers that come, they are based in the present. And it might be that if you were to ask 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, the energies could have shifted and things could be different. But for right now, what does JK need to know about this relationship? And once again, I'm moving the cards around. I'm moving them around. John, choose one. Okay. Look at here. Fated meeting. Wow. This is like the ultimate romance card, JK. So check this out. I don't know if you can see it that clearly here, but there's a man and a woman, and they're meeting under a clock in a town square, and their meeting is fated by destiny. So what this says to me is that this is a soul level relationship for you. So be patient while he works himself through the things that have to be worked through, because there's definitely some kind of depth and profundity to this relationship. It's not just a fly-by-night thing. It's something that is going to be significant in your life, and actually for both of you. So be patient, don't rush, don't worry, just kind of know that literally it's in the cards. Out of all the cards to pull for a relationship, I would say this is one of the best ones, and it's a clear answer to your question. Stick with it, and don't be too worried or too hurt if it doesn't appear for the moment to be working out. Just kind of stick with it. Any thoughts,
Yeah.
John?
Don't force it on him. Let him come to you. The way he'll come to you is seriously with that enigmatic smile, that Mona Lisa inner smile. But at the same time, start with an inner love. Start with an inner confidence. The man will be drawn, the woman will be drawn to the two men that are lovers, the two women who are lovers. You're drawn to what you want, to be yourself. And everybody wants to be centered. Everybody wants to be like the North Star, in harmony, like the stars around the crown of your head, like the heavens themselves. That's what people want. Strength. They want security. They don't want they don't want that. I'm not saying you're doing that, but if you go into yourself and love yourself and feel yourself as a goddess of force, as whatever, just feel yourself as, just love yourself, like yourself. And emanate that like. Stay within yourself and just emanate that like. Feel good. Feel good in your body, your soul, your spirit, your mind, everything. Groove with yourself. Well, musician talk. Groove with yourself and don't force anything on him. And that's what he'll want to be himself, and he'll come to you.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this time. I've certainly enjoyed having my
Me too.
beloved there talk about a fated meeting. Some other time we'll share how we met. But yeah, two musicians, we met naturally on a gig after I swore I did not want to meet another musician
Me too,
ever.
me too. No more
And
musicians.
He said, yeah. So, true love
Look what
can
happened.
happen. Here we are 30 plus years later. So, we're both wishing you the highest and best for Valentine's Day.
All the best.
And also, just generally speaking, John, you would just tell them, Mona Lisa smile, and just, yep, you can hold
Can I
up
walk up
your
to the camera
picture.
to end this?
No, just hold up the picture.
Well, find it on Google
Okay.
Images, but
And
do it.
John, if you have any questions about John or want to find out about John, write me here at the Psychic Playroom, or you can friend me on Facebook, Carolyn Wilkins, Facebook, and John will happily answer your questions. All right, everybody, stay blessed. Bye for now.
Thoughts are things with the energy to make life better for you and for me. Touch the light.